Parshas Beha'alotcha. Vayidaber Hashem al Moshe Lemor. Daber el Aaron Yamarta Elov Beha'alotcha Haneirus Amul Pnei Hamaneri Yoiru Shivas Haneirus. It's after Rashi. So this is not the place for the menorah. The menorah is already two other places in Chumash already, in Shemos and Vayikra. So Dos Alain is something. Hello, Davaru. So after Rashi Beha'alotcha, Lama Nismecha, famous, we all know this. Lama Nismecha Parshas Amenera Parshas Anasim. So we know that this is Ches, Pasuk Aleph, Pasuk Beis, whatever, and then Zion, Aleph is Vayikra Kalos, as Melechas and Mishkan, whatever. So then they have the Nasim. They brought the Nadavas, and for the Chanukas HaMizbeach, for the Chanukas HaMishkan. So Rashi says, Lama Nismecha Parshas Menera LeParshas Anasim. So what's the smichas over here? Lefika Shara Aaron Chanukas Anasim. Aaron saw the Chanukas Anasim. Chol Sha'oz Daito. It was Chol Sha'daito Shalo Hoyan Imohim BeChanukah Lo Hu V'Lo Shivto. So he was not part of it. So he had a Chalisha Sadas from that. Amar Lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu Chayecha Shalcho Gedol Mishalahem Sha'ata Madlik Ameiti V'Zaneris. Yours is going to be your chelik in Melechas HaMishkan. Let's say Pashtus is Sha'ata Madlik Omeiti V'Zaneris, and that's those is aggressive from whatever the Nasim contributed. So Stakapel, I mean, what do you mean Chosha Daita? It's like a guy that says a person that decides not to do something, and then he has Chalisha Sadas. He sees other people. He sees other people doing it, and all of a sudden now he has a Chalisha Sadas. I mean, you didn't want to. You didn't participate. If you don't participate, so how in the world do you have a Chalisha Sadas? Well, you regret your decision. Like, what's the Chalisha Sadas over here? What's for Chalisha Sadas?
What's the tight Chalisha Sadas?
He felt bad. We had a weakening of his das, whatever. So you could say, yeah, that's what it means. It means he decided not to, and his whole shaver for whatever reason, not to participate in the Chanukah, and maybe he somehow regretted that decision or something like that. But all right, Aaron Cohen, we're talking about Aaron Cohen, like was whatever was gevot on that decision. So that's interessante Sache.
But he did have the opportunity to participate.
Of course, why not? Anybody could participate. And I saw, and there's the other Svarim says, so now participate. What do you mean? That's the only thing you could do. So go give something. Go do something for this. I mean, it's such a famous Rashi, and we all know it. And then this But from Des Vegan, it's not. I don't know. It's not so partial. It's like He's a
cheshbon.
He had a cheshbon. So what happened to your cheshbon? It was or you see it's wrong because they gave. You knew they were going to give. You knew they were going to give. You made a cheshbon not to participate, and So what changed? What happened exactly? State in Ramban. Not to answer this question, just to bring it very. State in Ramban. Lama Niskla Parshas Menera to the Chanukas Anasim. So the Ramban is going to bring down the Rashi. The Fikasharo Aaron Chanukas Anasim Chol Shadaita Shalo Hoyi Moim Bechanukah Lo Hu V'Lo Shivto Amar Lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu Chayecha Shalcho Gedol Mishalahem Sha'ato Madlik Ameiti V'Zaneres Boker Ve'erev. So state this in the matter. It says Lashon Rashi Medrash Haggadah. Okay, fine. Belon is barely. So Frek the Ramban. This is not clear. This Medrash Haggadah that Rashi is bringing down. Lama Nachamu Bahadlakas Haderis V'lo Nachamu B'Kateris Boker Ve'erev Sheshibcha Ba'Kosev. It says the pasuk Yasimu Keteris Ba'Pecho. So first of all, he says, why in the world? Why was the nechama for this Chalisha Sadas? Why was that all of a sudden that had to be, in the Halakas HaMenorah? He did other things in the Beis Hamikdash. He did, there were other avodas that he did. Were very, very choshev. The Keteris, he says, as mamash zeh choshev azach. So Tanya the Ramban lo nisbarali. Well, Nachma b'Keteris boker ve'erev sheshibcha b'akosav. You could say, well, this is day and night. That was also day and night. Same thing. Yasimu Keteris b'apecha b'chol hakorbanos as veitins. The first time that why Lama Nachmu with over there, but the Havlokas and there is one is the Keteris. Veitins is b'shas b'chol korbanos. He should have had a necham and all the korbanos and the minchas chavisim havadas yom kippurim she'eno kasher elabo. There were certain korbanos only Aaron Abanov could bring. So those signed the nechama or nechnas levnai nafnim. He went levnai lefnim. I mean, there were common things that Aaron and Kohen did that was meyucha to him and avodas hamikdash. So alone is barrel is Dr. Ramban. B'shul Kadosh Hashem, and also he said Kadosh Hashem. Hamed behicholu l'sharsol l'varik b'shmo. He had a certain, a shame. He was the Kadosh Hashem. V'shivto kula m'sharsei Elokeinu. The ganze Shevet was m'sharsei Elokeinu yuchad for Shevet Levi, for the Kahanim, and the word yuchad for this for avodas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Dos says, go ahead. So the Ramban has Kamatainis who was lonas barley. Why the Nechama had to be dafka the menorah? Okay. The Tzveita Taina was, the Ramban says, Ma tam nechalisha sadas hazu. Forget that there was a Nechama and why when he does lonas barley on the Nechama. But etzim the chalisha sadas, but etzim the why? Valo korbano gadol mishal nasim. His korban was bigger than the Sim's korban, than what they were menadiv. So why in the world? So the Pshah said, why was there room for a chalisha sadas? Mishal nasim shehikri biyami mahem korbanas harbe kol yemei hamaluim. It was makri the whole time. So he says maybe this was a chova and this was a nadav. Also the halakas there is also a chova. So the one says it doesn't. If versteht the Rashi, if versteht the medrash that he's bringing. So he says he found it in a Megillus Darim from Rabbeinu Nisim. V'amar Reisi b'medrash kiva shehikriv shnayim eser shvatim v'lo hikriv shevet Levi. So you know what? I'll tell you what was the he said. Ben and Isim has he found it in also there that since there were 12 shvatim, 11 shvatim, whatever that they were menadiv. Amala Kadosh Baruch Hu Moshe Daber El Aaron v'Yamarta Elov Yesh Chanukah Cheres. You weren't part of the Chanukas Mishkan. Sheyesh Bo Chalokas Neiris. Vani Ose Bo Yisrael Yidei Banecho. Nisim v'teshuas v'chanukah shekari al shmom. And it'll be called there, Chanukah's base chashmonoi. So there's a famous, we all know the famous Ramban, and the Rashi is really, he's not even fatashing Rashi, he's telling you that the pshat is that the Medrash, when it says that there was a chalisha sadas, so he's not fatashing why there was a chalisha sadas. He's not answering. Again, the Ramban asked two separate issues. The first issue is why did he have a nechama and these things? And Zweitens, he said why Bechla was there chalisha sadas. So Ramban, when he found in Megillus Dorim, he said that he's not answering why did he have a chalisha sadas. What he's really answering, he says, what he's answering is what was the nechama. What was the nechama? So he says that the nechama it was not referencing anything, any kanami. He did things in the Mishkan and the Mikdash. That's. But that was not the nechama. The nechama was that there's going to be a Chanukah's base chashmonoim. the Chanukas Beis Chashmonoim that menorah. Lefikach hisbik Parshas the Parshas Chanukas HaMizbech ad kan lashana. So the smichas, because this is a big problem. This, you can't take it lightly. The Torah puts in a parsha menorah. We listed 2 times already. The menorah says, it's not a proper loss of it. Shanganuk, we have it already. We understand the menorah, and this is so why over here is a Rebbe? So he's telling me that the Ramban, Fikach hisbik Parshas Zul the Parshas Chanukas Mizbech ad kan lashana. So he said, and he saw like this in Yelamdenu, in Tanchum, it's called Yelamdenu, became Medrash Rabbah. Amar lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'Moshe leich amor la'aron al tisyorei l'gedol mizos atom muchen. So it sounds like, obviously we have to understand what does that mean, that l'gedol mizos. I mean, that there was some kind of issue, and he wasn't happy with his place and where his mamad, and you're going to get a better stella, you're going to get something else, it reminds me of the Gemara in the Menachos, that the Moshe Rabbeinu gets up sees Rabbi Akiva, and he's darshaning us the takim shel the Torah till shel lachos, and the Moshe Rabbeinu has a vosvet sign with mich. Then he hears there's one halacha Moshe we see, like ganze Torah is Moshe, and he thinks that Rabbi Akiva, he sees that Rabbi Akiva has some kind of yad that's mamish far beyond, in this, whatever the understanding is, and the pshaz, and he has an achama from one halacha Moshe Sinai. Rabbi Akiva told the Talmud, "This is a halacha Moshe Sinai." I don't know that there's a halacha Moshe Sinai. This was an achama. So it's for San Stella that he didn't have a big enough Stella and stuff like that. And Moshe Rabbeinu was Moshe Rabbeinu. So Aaron is Aaron. Aaron is the Shkin Katla Kadya. Aaron is is Anachnu Mo. So even though Reb Tzadok says the Iker Madrega from Anachnu Mo was Take Moshe Rabbeinu, but Aaron was the fourth Nechlau in the Anachnu Mo. He was going to the non-of Shad. So what does it mean? The Gedolim is also Atamuchen. Like it's a Stan Hezbollah. Hakarbonis calls man shebeis hamikdash kayim hey nogin avon neris la'olam al mulpadei ameneri yo'iru v'kol abrocha shenasati l'chol levarich has been. So again, the Ramban is going to try that this is referencing the Chanukas Beis Chashmonoim, and the Memela B'Shas. So this is for kol adaris. So all right, so it's not that he wanted aggressive. Fakir, that was the Ramban's tainu all along that Aaron's chelik, the Aaron and Bonov, the chelik of the Kahanim in the Beis Hamikdash was aggressive from whatever the Nasim brought. So what's his grand shlechs? What's grand the tie? What's the chalil? So the pshar. So he said that the pshar, the nechama was. So the nechama was not because he this is ladaris. This is a zach which is ladaris. And his chelik was up, but he had a chalisha sadas, not a chalisha sadas, because you're not telling me why he had a chalisha sadas over here, because they still had a. What? So where's the makam chalisha sadas anymore? So Rabban seems to fall the vek a bissel from this idea that there's a chalisha sadas, because what kind of chalisha are you? Your maskim, your korbanos, and your role in the mikdash was bigger than anybody than the Nasim. So you want to know? So his ikar tiny, the first line, it was what kind of, where was the nechama? Why was the nechama in the halachas and eris? The Pshas said, he told you halachas and eris was the nechama because this is a geven l'deris. This is talking about referencing the Chashmonoim. Okay, all right, I hear, but if Avos is geven, the sveita tiny, if Avos is geven a chalish that's in the first place, that he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me exactly why. That's not helping me.
And why is it no? Why?
Yeah. So obviously, and if you tell me that, so I can maybe come up with something about that or whatever. But right, so this is interessant. But he seems to be zufrieden with the Ramban with just one. The first, he somehow for the first taina. The first time of notice barley, if ever that this is another sort habaka, this is for lederis, and this is not lederis. Okay, fine, no problem. We got that. This is very interessant. Now, But again, this is not answering why the Chalishas Adas, and the Chalishas Adas is l'chara. That's the key. The Maftech, if you want to know why is there a Parshas Menorah over here, like you just said, he's not telling me why. Why menorah is there, because you're not telling me why there was a Chalishas Adas. If you tell me then, so then not going to help me exactly. This is hello Davaro. This is very interessant. Okay. Beha'alotcha, hey, I think, yeah. Beha'alotcha maksiv l'maylo mina inyan. I told you this is ches, the beginning of Perek Ches. That's all the Parshas Beha'alotcha. So the fact the Medrash, it says maksiv l'maylo mina inyan. What does it state? It says by Yom Kekalas Moshe v'Yakrivu Hanasim. This is by Zion Aleph. This is Ches Aleph. That was Zion Aleph. Okay. So in Parshas Noso it talks about the Hakravas and Nasim. Fine. The Achakach Daber El Aaron Beha'alotcha, and then right away Smichas that it comes there. Daber El Aaron V'Yamarta Ela Beha'alotcha. Zeh Shamar Kosev Yiru Es Hashem Kedoshav. Ke'ein Machzor L'Reyav. The Gorn is gefällt by a Yorei Hashem. Okay. At Motzi L'Mayla Yud Aleph Shvotim. You find before there were Yud Aleph 11 Shvotim. Hekrivu. V'Shevet Levi Lo Hekriv. Masha again by Shevet Levi was not Hekriv. Okay. V'Shevet Ephraim v'Kol Hanasim Hekrivu. And Shevet Ephraim and the Nasim Hekrivu. They were makriv chutz b'nasiyah shel Levi, except for the nasi from Levi. And we hoya nasi from Levi. Who is this nasi from Levi? That's Aaron. Shenemar b'zada b'Hashem Aaron tikosev al mato Levi. That's by Karach. The Aaron lo hikriv im nasiyim v'hoya omer oily. So Aaron Titus said oily. Why? What's this? Shema b'shvili eino mekubel shevet Levi. The reason I said was eino mekubel shevet Levi was because of me, because of my chatoim, my chet, whatever, by the chet egel. Amar leHakadosh Baruch Hu leMoshe leich amor leAaron al tisyarei. No. Gedula mizu ato mesuken. Then not only was there not created a chasar and a loch and the cover from Shevet Levi at all, but prepared the Gedula mizu mesuken. Lachach deba daber el Aaron v'yamarta elav Beha'alotcha saleris. So you see from here, Mamash Adavar Nifla Ad Ma'od. I think Mamash Adavar Nifla Ad Ma'od. Because we asked, what do you mean? What's this Geshem? What's going in the Maisa? The Maisa was that the Shevet Levi didn't. We're talking about the Dovas here. They were not misnadev. So what do you mean b'shvil his chet? What do you mean? It sounds like known as Kabul. So the Pshah said they gave and that was rejected. So why was it rejected? Because of me. That's not what happened exactly. What happened was that they never gave. So what's the Pshat? What do you mean? It was I don't know. This is really interesting. Tasanta Sach. So you have to see, you hear from here, a davar nifla ad bod. It's mamash pili play. And I saw it, and there's a sefer on the Rashi, Masirch Ilmim, that, I don't know where it is, I have it, but that the Pshah said, practice, the Pshah said, what do you mean? They weren't menadev, so what do you want menadev? Say, you don't play the ball, you can't dance, it's finished, nothing to talk about. Teres says, you know why they weren't menadev? Because it was his chatoyim. He held that it was his chet, and the chet from Egel, that tries that caused that spirit in the Shevet Levi not to be menadev. It's nifla ad ma'od. It was his chet. That's what it does. It's gehalt the Aaron the Kohen. It was machma zayin chet that's why they weren't menadev. It was about Tviyah. Why weren't we menadev? Oh, it's given my chatoyim. It's given my role in the chet and that's why we're not menadev.
Oh, because Shevet Levi wasn't part of the Egel.
Yeah, but since he was the one Zaytman from them.
But all the other Nasim, they were part of it.
They had party. Yes, there's some shots.
Why weren't the other ones not?
So I'm telling you that this, you see a double nifla ad ma'od. The shots that the person who's on top,
Because he still made it. But why not Shlumiel ben Shlushad? He made it.
yeah, but it's,
Who made it?
okay, he made it. You're right.
He made it. That's why.
He made it, and also he was the Nasi from Shevet Levi. That's what he's bringing down, because he was the Nasi from Shevet Levi. Why? What are they shuldig? Well, he made it. What are they shuldig? Forget it. They didn't do it. They were not. The pshat is so yeah. Huh?
Who said this?
This I'm saying this, but I think I saw from a sefer Mesiach Ilmim on Rashi, whatever. But I think after the kasha, I know that I think that you know what was the problem? He wasn't menadav, so that's of course you're not in the skabel. You're not in the skabel. You didn't do it. You didn't. What are you bemoaning now that you weren't menadav? But the pshat is, but you see from here, from the Medrash gives a mafteach is nifla ad ba'od. Valtas es given the nasi of the shevet, and es given gahat achet. So pshat is spirit of the ganze shevet. The pshat is a memela. The pshat, that's why they didn't give the ruach nadivus is a getlik mitzias that the Rebbeinu Shalom puts into a person that he should be menadiv and stuff like that. So the pshat, so once the head of the hub, the nasi, is compromised. So memela, that's why the Rebbeinu Shalom didn't put such a machshava that they should be menadiv. Nifla adbod. You know what that is? That means, you know what the achrayus of every door, manig, a door, every manig like this, or a father and a mother, verkehrt, a mom and a tata, and still by sein kinder. The pshat is that a spirit, anybody who's on top, it's on top of a certain group, is the pshat, a spirit of the kinderlach. The pshat is a machmazay. The pshat is that's, it could be that they didn't do something because they didn't have the zechus from this ruach nedava because of him, because of them. It's nifla ad ma'od. It's mamash nifla ad ma'od. Really, Billy Ploy. It's the most magnificent thing. It's unbelievable. But all right, listen. I thought this was
But that's what he thought. But it was wrong.
That's what.
That's what he thought.
Yeah.
It was wrong.
Well, listen, whatever it was, but I don't think where he was wrong. He was wrong in the ganze cheshbon. I don't think he was wrong in the metzias of the hashbos here. He was wrong in the pshas that verkehrt nicht gehalten.
Maybe that's the pshat in Chalushas Hadas, that was because he had Chalushas Hadas that he did the chit. That Chalushas Hadas gave him the schus to have.
All right, I hear you. That's it's no. Yesh makom ligdo. That's fine. But Pashta is not. But all right, let's say. So anyway, also you have to see a very davar nifla over here. I read it to you, and you guys didn't fall off your chairs, so I don't know if it really affected you too much, but. Okay. At motzi l'may yud al shvatim hikrivo v'shevet levi lo hikrivo v'shevet Ephraim v'chol nasim hikrivo chus m'nesio shel Levi. What's it all with Ephraim? Man dechash me Ephraim v'chol shvatim. Come on.
It's always 12. He was in, so that's a Levi's out.
What?
You didn't say Yud Aleph.
Can't hear you.
You said Yud Aleph.
No, but
Ephraim wasn't.
Well, you must have Ephraim. Just say that all the Shvatim gave, and Shevet Levi didn't give. I need to know Ephraim. What's Ephraim?
It was Ephraim and Menashe put in. So
He wasn't. But he wasn't. He didn't even.
He didn't say Ephraim and Menashe. He didn't say this. He said Ephraim. What's Ephraim?
What?
Once it's Ephraim and Menashe, not Levi, so it's right to Yud Beis. He says Yud
Right,
Aleph.
he says Yud Aleph and Shevet Ephraim.
Right,
Yeah.
Yud Aleph and Shevet Ephraim.
So Yud Aleph plus Ephraim equals 12. That's what
But
it means.
where's Menashe?
It means Menashe is Yosef.
Yosef is considered.
Yosef is.
Or
I think it says L'bnei Yosef
There's in one post. There's in one post.
L'bnei Yosef.
Yeah.
No. We can't talk about what you just heard from me. We have a teretz. It's not a nifla to get teretz. Because you all know that there's a Vayikra Rabbah. And I think it's in the beginning, a Dalit, Beis Dalit, but something like that in the beginning someplace. That want to state that the Rebbeinu Shalom told that when Yaakov was going to be nifter, so he told Ephraim, he says, Ato Rosh Hashvatim. Ato Rosh Hashvatim. The Rosh Hashiva. He calls him Rosh Hashiva. Ato Rosh Hashvatim Rosh Hashiva. And Mamela the Pshaz, and that's why, and the Choshev of Klal Yisrael are going to be called after you, Haben Yaakov Li Ephraim. The state in Medrash. So Mamela the Pshaz, we just said a niflitic understanding. The Pshaz is that the Rosh of something, a spirit of the ganze. You're Rosh Yisrael. So Mamela, why did Klal Yisrael give the Nadavas? Why did the other Shvatim give the Nadavas? Because of Ephraim. Ephraim is when Rosh is when Zayin Hashpur. That's why they were there. So that's what it was. And Aaron and how that my Shavit is not because of my Hashpur. So that this is nifla admod. It's mamish unbelievable. V'shevet Levi lo hikriv. V'shevet Ephraim v'kol Nesim hikriv v'chutz min Nesiyah shel Levi. Ma'andachar Ephraim, Ephraim, because that's Avdos Retman. The Chalisha Sadas came because Aaron had this Chalisha Sadas, because he held it was him that was the cause of his Shavit not giving the Dovas. Nifla Admor, it's mamish Nifla Admor. And that's what's going on over here. The Pshaz, but Ephraim and the rest of the Shvatim, Ephraim is going to Rosh Shvatim in a certain aspect. You can tell me, frag me from this, Ruvain and Yud, whatever this, and whatever. In this aspect of this, and Mamela the Pshaz is when Zayin Mokum, it was when Zayin Hashpos that's created in his Nadvis, the Ruach of his Nadvis in Klal Yisrael. Nifla Admor, it's mamish Pili Ploin. So, all right. So that's Zayed the Sant mamish. That's the first thing. The achrayus of the manik. This is something Nifla Admor.
Moshe wasn't the Rosh of Levi.
Again, so I'll tell you. I'll bring Yehuda was, and Reuven was in a certain aspect, and we'll bring Yisachar with the Shivas.
Moshe wasn't the Nasi of Levi.
No, so that we bring. There was that brings over here also things. Moshe. Amor because the Moshe like Amor la Arid al Tisyari the Gedul Mizu Atom Matsukan the Kach Nama Dabra Alaran Ve'Marta Elo Be'Olosra Hagaban is called Man Shabbos and Nogdish Kayim. Okay, that's it. This I saw the somebody brought down whatever I think, but Aaron was to bring a pasuk, by Mata Aaron by the Matos after the Ma'aser Kerech. When each gave, and every Nasi gave the Mata.
And Aaron.
Who gave? It was Aaron. It wasn't Moshe. It was Aaron. So Nifla, Billy boy, Mom's Billy boy. Yeah. All right. Oh, I'm back in Nasser. All right. It's wondering why I didn't look for it. So I'll go back from the hair. Let's say what we said last week. We said Nifli to give word last week that from the Rebbeinu Bechaya that these parshas, the Bamidbar fancy going with the Su'u, it's Rosh B'nai Yisrael, the parshas Noso, Su'u is Noso, it's Rosh B'nai Gershon. So we wrote down a losh of the Rebbeinu Bechaya that the Milas Kol El Yonim Shal Yisrael is machmas this loshon of Su'u, of the Mekaymi Torah, the Mekaymi Torah. So we mafarish the pshas, and he goes on the Rebbeinu Bechaya to explain that the lashon su'u is davar v'hifucha. You can have su'as rosh, meaning that you can lift up something, and you can have su'as rosh means take off. You can take off and with machmas this idea of su'u that exists in Klal, that it is the Mekaymi Torah. The Mekayim Torah is not translated. You know, you'd ask me, you would say that you keep the Torah. The Pshat is it's a Maila. That's Al Yonim Shaklai Yisrael. And if you don't keep the Torah, it's not. So, but so vice the from there. We explained the Pshat is that there's something beyond that when you the Mekayim Torah depends how a person is Mekayim the Torah, and what often a person is Mekayim the Torah is it has to be an Tluya Rosh. Tluya Rosh means the Pshat is that the Pshat is Davar V'Hifucho, that the Hisnasis of Klal Yisrael is, and we brought down the pasuk at the end of Hosea, that the last pasuk of Hosea, Mi Chacham V'Yavein Es Eila. Right? Mi chacham v'yavein eile novon v'yedoim ki yisharim darchei Hashem v'tzadikim yeluchu b'am and poshim yikoshlu b'am. So we explained that the pshat that has to do with this high to Chazah, but a little bit, but that the zelbeveg which a person gate, the derech Hashem, the mitzvahs, the Torah mitzvahs, it causes a hakshola to the Rishoyim, not Rishoyim to the Poshim. Right, but the positive state portion. So pshat, and we explained the pshat because of this the duality of our essence. The pshat is that what's meant this. The pshat is that a person can do all the mitzvahs. A person could learn Torah, and a person could you know, the way he goes the night, so find a tzaddik, gets up for nights, he does everything he's supposed to be doing. But the pshat, but he's not clear on the Darchei Hashem Yesharim. It's gefeltim in the Darchei Hashem Yesharim. You think that just you do the mitzvah, that's it, finished, that's the Darchei Hashem Yesharim. No, he said the Darchei Hashem Yesharim is this derech, we have the Skurufen and the derech emsoi. The derech emsoi is a person that goes on the derech Hashem Yesharim, so in his mind, he understands that everything the Rebbeinu Shalom does, everything is Yashar. Yashar, there's nothing to talk about. In his heart, it's a little bit harder to understand that and to really incorporate into one's being. But the Pshat, but in his mind, he understands that. So a person that does mitzvahs, the Torah mitzvahs, in a way where it's mi chacham v'yoven es eila, and he understands that no matter what, that everything that is done is mamash the derech, is ritzona yisbarach, and it's yashar. There's no pikpukim, there's no there's hastapanim was all the time, and this and the golas and you know there's something whatever not to be 100% mefakeya chas v'shalom. It's not mefakeya, whatever they're not true. Is the Rebbeinu Shalom, every single thing, every prat, every zman, every kedation and chayim is perfect. Is 100% perfect. Now, and it's hard to understand that the pshat in hearts, but if a person understands that in his moach, so pshat mamele how shon of the derech hayasher is mi chacham v'yoven es eila. Then it'll come to this matter. He has a destination. We said a person has a destination. He's going on a mahalach, and you go derech hayasher, so you get to your destination. That's the quickest way to get to your destination. The derech hayasher. The destination is to haltzig and hearts also. So that's the tzaddikim yeduchu b'am aposhim yikoshlu b'am. We said not like Rashi brings that a target in the Yonas, and not like that, but sof. So the Malbim, we saw the Redak's father, we saw from the Mari Karo, it's also like that. The pshat is that the tzaddikim yeduchu b'am aposhim yikoshlu b'am. Poshlim, we're talking about poshlim that are they look for all intents and purposes. They are. We're not. I'm reading this from Schar, like you wanted to title. We're not talking about Schar. That's the Rebbeinu Shalom. I don't know. That's his cheshbon, who he gives and what he gives and how much and this and that. But in terms of the michacham v'yoven es eila, the pshat is that a person has to understand that the derech Hashem yasher. And that's what we call the mumutza, the derech amtsoy. A person's that he's not gonna have a hakshala in the derech when he goes straight. When he goes grud, so pshat said that's you have no hakshala in the derech that you're going. You go with this and you do the shmiras and mitzvahs, Torah and mitzvahs and pshas, but you understand that it's pshas. It's completely a Kosh Baruch Hu. There's no equal. There's no big book. There's no nothing. It's going 100% so. Tzadik v'yoshahu. Tzadik v'yoshahu. When a person versteht us in kop and the pshas in a gate and the pshas and we have to go incorporate into in our hearts and the pshas so enochanami he'll eventually wind up at that and that's. Matzav and that mahalach, going through that mahalach, and that's what the Pershim pshatas that they do. They think they're this and Nechanami, whatever it is, like but they're not. There's a certain tikpuk in machshava, in the depths of the amik of machshava. The pshatas in the derech hamsoi, so the pshatas are not going on the derech hamsoi. So the pshatas are then memelu. You're gonna fault in their way. Wherever you go, there's gonna stumble. There's gonna be some kind of mixture, and he's gonna have a hakshal in that. And that's the Pershim Yikosh L'bom. That's what we said last week. So. And that was the Bamidbar. So what do we see now? Let me tell you this. This is different. And we said, what is the derech to acquire this michacha v'yoven as elad? What is the derech to acquire this phenomenal darchei sharim, darchei Hashem yisharim? So we said it was the vekus in chachmei Torah. The chachmei Torah in the Rebbeinu Shalom is a vekus in chachmei Torah. The dog how you davik and chachmei. In the Rebbeinu Shalom, the Davik Bar the Mitzvah, so you Davik in the Chachmei Torah meeting. We're not talking about the tanzers. We're talking about the kugel fresses. We're talking about people that the Pshas the Darkei Torah Talmidei Chacham meeting. Talmidei Chacham meeting. So that's the way to be Davik in the Rebbeinu Shalom. And that is the way to acquire this Derech Hashem. Because we're all right. This is all from Bissel Chazara. I just wanted to add on to you. So I get to ones, whatever. Stay in the Gemara and over here. The Gemara has this nacha connection. In this is what we're talking about. Amar Moshe lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moshe Rabbeinu said in front of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, Baba Basra is Yud Amud Beis. Rebbeinu Shalom, b'ma Torah Keren Yisrael. So again, we said that this is the niflatik madrega from what was called Haramas Keren Yisrael. That's that this Darchei Hashem Yisharim is the Haramas Keren Yisrael. After to understand, verstanden is good. This is the derech the Darchei Hashem Yisharim is the Haramas Keren Yisrael. So the Rebbeinu Shalom says, Amar Moshe lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Rebbeinu Shalom, b'ma Torah Keren Yisrael. How do we have this Haramas Keren Yisrael? You know what? Tzedakah. You give it tzedakah. Rashi says b'chisiso. Im basa los eis rasham behadbo. Oh, what over the su? What over? You want to have his nasis a rush. And when for Taish that this is the nasis a rush is the person was gaten of the derech of Yesharim with the derech hamsoi. We're calling Meruftas derech hamsoi. The marshal of derech Yesharim. So in Meilat of Shaz, how do you have this nasis a rush? This is a ibos the loss eis rush behadbo kach mehem kafir letzedakah. Take tzedakah. Tzedakah is the derech to be nasis a rush. And those frag Moshe Rabbeinu. Amar Moshe lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Rebbeinu Shalom b'ma Torah Keren Yisrael, Amar lo b'chisiso. I'm going to tell you this is a yesod nifla ad ma'od. It's mafkid really. The statement from them is you see that tzedakah is a certain koach of tzedakah to make a person go and acquire mi chacham v'yoven es eila that he goes on this derech Hashem, the derech Hashem Yisharim, and the pshat is what tzadikim is yeluchu bam v'parshim yikosh lebam. What's why tzedakah? Why not zakut mitzvah? What's the Indian of tzedakah? So, like it says in the pasuk, it says in the pasuk like this. Very interesting. When a person gives tzedakah, so you know, and only comes to your door. A person Baruch Hashem is gebenched, and a person is gebenched, and he has the yicholos to give tzedakah. He can give to lots and this. So what does he do? A guy comes to the door and he this, and he has the tzedakahs he likes. He has tzedakahs he doesn't like. He has a certain netiyas to one place and not a netiyah a different place, and he thinks you gave $1 million to a place and it's and eger out of it, and he made the Yeshua and stuff like that. It's gornish getan. It's nish for men. Tzedakah is so nifla by tzedakah. It has nothing to do with it. He gives tzedakah, but he didn't make the Yeshua. It's not a Siur. He didn't make the Siur, and he didn't make the Yeshua. What do you mean? I gave $1 million. Don't tell me I didn't make the Yeshua. I had the Hatovas Ador. No. Well, you gave whatever you gave. You could be maklik to give whatever you want, but the Yeshua kommt nicht von euch. The Yeshua kommt nicht von euch. It's not from you. Nothing. You gave that's those is tzedakah. You're so nifla by some telling you, Mom, unbelievable, really plain. Where do you see this? I'll say, bring your eyes. I'll bring your eyes to this. You have a mitzvah from Shichur. So Chof Daled Yotes. Ki sikser kitzircha besadecho. V'shokachta Omer basoda lo soshiv lekachta leger liyosef lamano yiyeh laman yivarechecho Hashem elkecha b'chol ma'aseh yedecho. What's a palapili plan? The guy works on his field. He forgot some stuff there. He has a shikha in there, and the pshat is in laman yivarechecho Hashem elkecha b'chol ma'aseh yedecho. He didn't do anything. He forgot. The klotzer forgot to collect some stuff. What did he do? He gave the tzedakah. He has get benched because he forgot. He had nothing to. He has no shaykhs to the parsha. Has no shaykhs to the shikha. Has no shaykhs to the parsha. All of a sudden, l'man yivarechu Hashem b'chol ma'aseh yedecho. That's pretty good. And the guy has no shaykhs to the parsha. If it was not only a Messiah, it was worse than it was a Messiah. You had no shaykhs to it. So stay in Rashi. The man yivarechecho, v'afal pisha bosa leyodo shlo b'mischaven, and even though the guy got it shlo b'mischaven, he had no intention of giving away anything to an oni, and he left it. He forgot. He was with a lot of work, and he was rushed. Whatever it was, whatever the sibu was, and an oni came and took it. As gebenched. What's that gebenched? It's almost shlo b'mischaven. Kal v'chomer l'oseh b'mischaven. Okay. But the very fact that a shlo b'mischaven is going to get now, he's gebenched. Amor me'ato noflo selam yodo. Umotzo ani in his parnes bo. Pili flying. Guy's walking along. He takes out to buy himself a bag of chips. And something falls out of his pocket. And an ani finds it in his misparnes bo. The pshat is, that's Hari hu misbarech aleho. Hari hu misbarech aleho. What role did he play in this thing here? What role did he have in giving money to this oni?
The role that he played is that the Yeshua came through him.
Not through him. He didn't do anything. He's a Messiah. There's nothing in the Torah. You never get anything from a Messiah. A guy he's taking a lulav, and he takes the lulav. All of a sudden, he gets gebenched. His mamish gets wonderful things. He's a Messiah. He has no shaykhs to the parsha. It's not him. It's not his mice. It's not his this. What's shaykhs in him? It's purely ployim. It's nifla adbod. He has no shaykhs to the parsha.
His money that Oni took.
It's not his money.
Why is Hashem benching him?
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. That
his money went to the Oni, so Hashem benches him.
But it's not his
So
money.
he didn't give it. Did he give it? Did he intend to give it? Did he give it? Did he have any intention to give any money at all to anybody? He didn't have
saying that
anything.
even Shloi b'miskav.
So that is a pellet. That's what I heard you. I heard you, and I understand
Where's
it.
the raya?
I don't know what you want. That's it. Is the where you find me another mitzvah where a guy does it, has no idea he's doing it, no idea, doesn't mechaven to do it, and has no idea he did it and stuff like that, and he gets schar because he did it. What's in this yachas to him? It's in yachas to him. It's unbelievable. But that's my stock is this. So you see from here, 1 second. We'll get back into you. Don't lose the stuff. You see from here, the yesod by tzedakah is even when a person gives. Even when a person gives, it's not you're nothing. You're not a giver. You're not a giver. It's not you. You are not doing anything. The guy, if it fell out of your pocket and somebody fell, it was mispanis. So just like that, that's the same person, the same as if you were mechaven for it. The same for kabel chomer if you're mechaven for it, because even if you're mechaven for it, you're the same nothing. You have no yad in it whatsoever. It's tzedakah is the giloi. Tzedakah is the mitzvah in the Torah, which is the giloi from Yosha Darchei Hashem. The Yosha Darchei Hashem is this nisgala from tzedakah. It's nifla ad ma'od. What do you mean? Who is this ani that he deserved it? What kind of this? What? It's purely playing. What kind of thing is that? What do you get bench for? And stuff like that. It's like you're ma'aseh, you're in mechaben, and who knows who? And you're not qualifying who found it. And ani found it. It was mismadis. Well, maybe I don't like that. If the guy would come to my door, I wouldn't give him. What do you mean? All of a sudden now I get bench for that. So yeah, but this is tzedakah. Why? Because this is Yashar Darchei Hashem. You say, well, I could have given it to somebody else. I could have done better with my money. I could have given it to a different place. And this is my favorite tzedakah. This is what I do. This is what I do. This is not Yashar Darchei Hashem. Wherever it winds up, wherever it is, and stuff like that, this is the Yashar Darchei Hashem. This completely philosophic has nothing to do with any kind of persona that person chooses, and memela. That's why he get out of it this or out of a mensch, get out of an institution, because of his bechiras libo that he decided to do. No, the money went to this. However, it got to that. Then the pshas, and you get a bench. That's darchei Yashar Hashem. And there's no more. There's no more his galus of the Yashar Hashem is a b'shas by tzedakah. When a person finds he gives something, even his money was shlo b'mischavish, shlo ma'misasik, doesn't know it fell from him yet. And after I don't know, Yitzchak in the Gemara didn't even the person's misasik. It's always but forget it. But he doesn't know. So das is tzedakah, and this is the yisod from tzedakah, from ganz tzedakah. And when you say that the Darchei Hashem, so that's those sagt Moshe Rabbeinu. Those sagt Moshe Rabbeinu. Ribbon Shalom, but Ma Torim Keren Yisrael. What do we say was Ma Torim, the Haramos Keren Yisrael, was when a person understands Mi Chacham V'Yoven Es'Eila, that Yesharim Darchei Hashem is Tzadikim Yeruchu Bo V'Poshim is Yikoshlu Bo. So because they're not 100% understanding that, and at least in cup they have to understand that those is the Yasha the Derech Hamsoy. This the Derech Hamsoy. This is the Yasha Derech Hashem. So if it's a frek Moshe Rabbeinu, we come to them Madrege. The Pshas Stocker, B'Chisiso. How do you Tarim Karen Yisrael Chisiso? What's this tzedakah? Why is tzedakah better than whatever? Like we say Talmud Torah, like we said before, that the Davik and this. What's tzedakah? So Pshas Enochanami. The Pshas this is the pili play by tzedakah. It's do azach that you don't find by any other mitzvah that you can do. It's a mesasik and let's click the schar of them. We click them, it becomes schar of them. You have the Amish is benching. What do you have a chelik in it? It's nothing to do. I have nothing to do with it. I know it's my money and it is, but it's not mine. It's nothing. I have nothing to do with it. It's you know, if my money would go and purchase an esrik for me, shlo, without my this, they think I'm going to get the schar for esrik as a putting Torah for this. No, what kind of thing is that? This is Stalker is his galus. The idea of stuff, but niflatic thing, I'm telling you, is even when you do it b'mischaven, you have to understand that the B'tafs is verstanden good, that this is Darchei Hashem, Yesharim Darchei Hashem, that wherever that you do a haskemet, that this is a good cause, that this is not a good cause, that, listen, the emes, it doesn't make it in. Wherever you give the money, you have a right to give to whatever you want, but whatever you give the money, it's you are not causing it. It's not your hachlota and your this. Even when you do it b'mischaven.
So the Persian in Koshelbaum is that he thinks that he is.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. We're talking about that from your Persian Koshelbaum is the guy that did everything great.
No, but I'm saying that he thinks that he's the one that put it.
Yeah. I have I gave money to this, and I have to their mention.
So how does he have a right to say no? The first army that comes to his door, you should give him. So
there are halachas of stalker. There's halachas of stalker. If you're not sure, if the guy this, if a guy, a bona fide oni, what do you mean? That's what I'm telling you. What is the guy found it? Oni found it, and he's misparnis. What's for an oni? I don't like, baby. I don't want to give to this guy. Who said I wanted to give to this guy?
Right, but if you have two bona fide niyim, and the first guy comes to your door,
you're allowed to give.
You don't like.
That's what I'm telling you. There's no.
Give him all the money.
So that's a shayla. That's whatever. In Svarim, the shayla is it better to give one lump sum, to one oni, or is it better to give out to the smaller? I think the hachlata was to give what.
That's Kedemus. You have Tovasana also.
So that's what I'm telling you. I don't think it's like true. I'm saying that you should. That's not the Tovasana. You have a rech to give to whoever you want. You have a rech to, but if a guy comes to your door and he fulfills the requirements of stalker, you about him, whatever it is, the machlok is whether for levushim or for mazonis or for this, a guy comes to your door for mazonis, the pshaz you have them given. That's all. I don't like his nose, and who are you?
What you're saying is the schar is kafi, the one that gets.
I'm not talking about schar. Forget the schar is rebellion. I'm not
the mitzvah, the chefta, the mitzvah.
The mitzvah, the kiyum from mitzvah stalker.
It's also true. If his money ends up by someone who's not muhugan, then he doesn't get the mitzvah, right?
I don't know what I know muhugan. If China it doesn't say we have to buy because it's just if he's an
hogan. That's the tzuras mitzvah, like you're saying. The tzuras mitzvah is to be.
Yeah. So what do you mean? So he's ain't a hogan. So if a nimsa is ain't a hogan. No, I got some.
The one says there also in Babas that he was mispelled. That there's we machshel them. That's
he
thinks the guy is
head was his ox. His business. His business, not my business.
Depending on who it goes to, then that's going to be whether he's mekayim mitzvah or not.
No. Maybe I'll mistav the thing and it won't do it, but no, he gets. Shichet says by Shichet it says who found it. The only the Zakt Rashi the only that you lost a proof in the kids and they found it. The only what's for an only? What do you mean? I like that guy. What do you mean? I have better things to give. I have other things to do.
Whether you like it or not, but let's say he wasn't the oni and he found it.
That says no. That's why it says oni there. You have to be a real oni. But if he wasn't oni, but let's say he's an oni, but I don't like him.
He's not mahugan.
Yeah, I don't like him, whatever. I like to give to the guy, the nice Google Fresser. I like to give. To who I want to give, and then I feel good about it, and I feel good about myself. No. You did Ratzon Hashem, you do Ratzon Hashem, you give tzedakah, the Pshara said, doesn't mamish the derech Hashem yashar. What do you mean? Maybe it's not going to go to a good cause and stuff like that. Who's in charge of that? Rebbe Levin, who's in charge? You're in charge of where the money goes and how's it used and stuff like that. This is Derech Hashem Yeshorim. Derech Hashem Yeshorim. It's mamish a haflif and nifla adbon. Derech Hashem Yeshorim. And this is that does affect the Moshe Rabbeinu. Affect the Rebbeinu Shabbat. But Ma Torah, this is how Rama's carrying yourself, and Metuta Mitzvah in a way that you understand that it is mamish the Derech Hashem Yeshorim. Is then a tzaddikim yelichubo is a mishpat. And I'm doing that this is mamish. There's no equal. There's nothing. It's pure Ribbon Shalom. Pure Ribbon Shalom. It's a Yasha Yeshorim. You know, a person has a cheshbon, does, you know, that's, it's nifla admon, and if a person does mitzvahs and he learns Torah and he's good, he finishes daf yomi, but he's not 100% certain, he's mefakfik, he doesn't know that the pshat is that mi chacham v'yovin is eilim. If he doesn't know that, that's Poshim Yikoshlabam. That's what he was said to say. That's what he says that where he's living. The Radak, his father. We're talking about a guy that did tshuva. We're not talking about a guy that's an Avarian. He's not an Avarian. He's good. He did tshuva. He's good. So he did tshuva. What's his? Malcham Shabbali tshuva Hamdin. This is a Gevaldik. This is a Gevaldik Azak. Terry says, no. But from Des Veg, a person that's halnish of the veg, of the mitla derech, he holds not the derech Hashem Yeshorim, so he's going to have a hakshol in them. He's going to have a hakshol in them. That's different, and his galus that is from Stocker. So and I hear Gemara here also. It's a Gemaras, Tefusha Gemaras. So Rashi, I think, is bringing from a Sifri, but I think it's a Gemaras. Amar Elazar, Bezman Shabbos Hamikdash Kayim Adam Shokol Shiklo, whatever, U'Mischapelo. The person he gave a shekel, they bought korbanos, there was Mischapel, the korbanos there. Akshav Shehein Beis Hamikdash Kayim Im Osin Tzedakah Mutav. If you do, this is your test. That was your number base. This is test Amar Aleph. If he is Osin Tzedakah Mutav, good. V'im Lav Boin of the Chechavim V'Notlin Bezroah. They're going to come, the goyim are going to come and they're going to take it, they're going to plunder. And they're going to take the money. What's Hatzatan with them? You understand? The goyim came and they took his money. What in the world has to do with him? That's b'makom stocker, that Dodo says that's stocker. The Afal came, the action of the handled stocker. Yeah. Goyim came, a guy, armed robber, came, I was the fastest crook in the world, came and he held him up with a gunpoint, and he told him that this, and give it that, and he gave it that, and they took it, he didn't even give it to him. He said, well, maybe he did a meiser, no meiser, the guy took it, that's it. The guy took it, and Afal came. Next shift, the hand stocker. And it brings down a pasuk. Afal came, next shift, the hand stocker. This is nifla. I'm telling you, Mamish Advarim Shalom. It's Baruma Shalom. It's Pili Ployim. That's stalker. So what is stalker? Stalker is Dair Hashem Yesharim. That you're going to tell you where's this money going to end up and stuff like that. Which I thought is that's his business. I'm not doing it. It's not because I was machriad. It's a good place and I'm doing it. It's helped and this is where I want to give and stuff like that. Nine. I said that's like you. That's stalker. How can that be? What's the shaykhs? Tells you, the shaykhs, because when you give stock, even your domains, is the shaykhs that no. Derech Hashem Yeshar, you do that Shulchan Aruch, and you have halachas, and when you give, and who you give, and how much you give, and stuff like that, and how much you're allowed to give. You give, and that does farting, finish farting. You like it, you think it's good, you think it's nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Kenzai a goy comes and takes your money, and that's all he does. This is the Abish's Mesaviv, that's good. And those stayed also. Very nice, it's right after that. I saw a Magen Avram, he said, oh no. Yeah, it's here. Oh, yeah. So he brings down from Rebbe Lazar, it says over here, it's in Tes Amud Beis, I was Tes Amud Aleph, that Gemara. Ma Shiryan zeh kol klipa v'klipa v'starefes l'shiryan gadol, af stocker kol pruta v'pruta v'starefes l'cheshben gadol. Every pruta is v'starefes l'cheshben gadol. In fact, the Magen Avram, Okay, I mean isn't that by every mitzvah? Anything in life. That's you. What do you prorate it and you qualify how much you gave? This guy gave a pruta. This guy gave $100, and this guy gave the $10, and then you get schar. I would say this guy gets a $10 schar, and this guy gets a quarter schar, and this guy gets this. That's fair. That's the way it should be. Call pruta v'tufa mistarefes to reflect the Magen Avraham. What's the chiddush? That says no. You know what the chiddush is? That my pruta is as David by $1 million. Whoa, nifla admod. What do you mean? Because I'm just the darchei yisharim Hashem. I gave and I did darchei yisharim. Call pruta for pruta mistarefes mistarufah say equally. We're not talking about schar and this and that. In terms of the mitzvah stock over here, the pshat is designed. My pruta v'pruta is mistarefes because yisharim darchei Hashem. Yisharim darchei Hashem. I don't know cheshbon or how much they need, what they need, and how they what affected it, this and that and the other thing. That's the Ribbon Shalom. When I give stock is this galus from B'mat Torim Keren Yisrael. Haramas Keren Yisrael. The derech hamsoy. The derech hamsoy. So b'shas the derech hamsoy. So b'shas that's what we're doing now. Okay. I think it's nifla adma'od. I mean, this is pili play. So Pokemon like it. Anyway. So many of the dos is pshat over here. Yes, we get back to the problem or the zu verstanden. Was ist gewesen sein? Was hat zu tun mit Menorah? What's the time of now? If you want to see another pshat, you can go and take a look in the Teres HaOlef and the Ramah and Chelik Aleph and Perak Yud Zayin there. I'll be the different Mahalach. But over here, the Sifri says like this. Very short, one minute here. Sefer Beha'alotcha. Piske non test. Lama Nemre Parshas Zu. What's meant is Lama Nemre Parshas because he says the classic order. Hinei mitzvahs halakas and eretz kvar nechbal b'Torah. It's already said zweimal in the Torah. Zweimal in the Torah. The Parshas Tetzaveh, whatever, and the Parshas Emor. So Lama Nemre Parshas Zu. That's what it's talking about. Why? What's a ton here? What do you have? What's a ton over here? Because it says in Parsha, Shemei ani you call Neres Dolkin Alpnei call Menorah. You can put them in Neres, you can face them any way you want. Talmud Amar Albu Pnei Menorah Ya'iru. They're all facing the three on one side and the three on the other side are all facing the mitla there, the Ner Ma'aravi, and the Rambam says the Ner Ma'aravi is facing the Kodesh. That's the Seitan Rambam. So Makbilin is a menorah is a neris. And that's how they were. They're facing the menorah, the ikr, the harkeitzit, shlosha, klapi mizrach, shlosha, klapi mariv, the achas be'emtza. Nimsa kula makbilin as emtzoi. Oh, you guys hear what's supposed to go gate for? Mikain hoy Rabbi Nasan Omer, hamsoi mechubad. Please, Rebbe, what are we talking about? Su'ud, the Pshat is the ganze Su'ud, ganze Parshas Bamidbar, ganze Parshas Naso, Su'ud is the Pshat, it's only because you can go this way or that way, and the Pshat is, and Halchach of Darchei Hashem Yeshorim, the Pshat, that's Tzaddik, and that's the Haramas Keren Yisrael, the Derech HaMsoi. So we start off Parshas Beha'alotcha with the Mechubah, Derech HaMsoi. The Derech HaMsoi is Mechubah, that is the ganze Beha'alotcha Saneris. To teach us that the Derech HaMsoi is this given Parshas Menorah. That's fine, fine and well. But over here we're talking about what we're talking about. The Derech HaMsoi is mechubad. Yeah, what's the Derech HaMsoi? Is the Darchei Hashem Yishorim. This is the Derech HaMsoi, and this is the Haramas Keren Yisrael. This is Hashem Yisrael.
So you're saying the Shachak Del Shalahem is that what they gave, he's greater because he's the Emtsoi. More than they're giving. Not he himself is the Emsoi. This is the this avodah is an avodah. The avodah of Emsoi is greater than the mitzvah of stock.
By the Avnei Achoshen.
Well, stock is this galus of that derech Emsoi.
What the Sim gave, what the Shvatim gave, they wanted to also give.
Yeah, they wanted to give, but that's not stock. They weren't giving stock. They were giving misnadav to the Mishkan. Very nice. But that's not the derech. That they had. They were derech Hashem Yishorim. They had it. You learn verstanden. But that wasn't the semmel.